Welcome to Lydian Living. I'm your host, Lydia Wilkes. And today I would like to talk about the concept of being confidently lost. I've been thinking about this a lot, especially when it pertains to my personal life, and I just wanted to go on a little tangent and share. I kind of feel like I'm starting from ground zero in every facet of my life. Familial relationships, my platonic relationships, my dating life, my career. I have definitely never been at this point before. Go figure, growing up. I've always liked being able to predict and plan every move I make from A to Z. I need to know exactly what I'm doing, how it's gonna look, how it's gonna turn out, and yeah, what the final result is going to be. And I've been realizing recently that not only is that mostly a coping mechanism, but it's also very unrealistic. Circumstances change so frequently and you can't predict what's going to happen. For example, I was trying to find the perfect day to film on, and it's a beautiful day. It really is a beautiful day. But I ended up not filming for 2 weeks because you can't predict the weather, even if it says it's going to be beautiful. The weather doesn't listen to weatherman. The weather does what the hell it wants to do. And so I kind of felt dumb that I had planned, you're just going to see me flinching at all these bugs, that I had planned only to film if it was beautiful and sunny out, and then it was raining for 2 weeks, so it just threw my entire schedule off. And then I realized I shouldn't have made my plan contingent on a factor I had no control over. And it just led me to think about a lot of stuff in my life, like what I don't have control over. Basically anything. Most things we don't have control over. And trying to keep a grip on everything so tightly, keeping my I's dotted and T's crossed. Like, you can do as much of that as you want. You can plan for every situation you can think of, but you're still going to be surprised. Things are still going to change. I never liked the feeling of not knowing where I was going and not knowing how things were going to end up, but I've really been embracing that recently. It's been a much more peaceful life and experience because I can catastrophize until the cows come home. I can think of every terrible situation that would, could, or should happen. Anything possible. But planning for the worst or expecting the worst, these are two different things. You can plan for the worst and control what you can control, but dwelling on all the things that can go wrong, it's pretty pointless. It's completely pointless, actually. It's a great way to waste your brain space. It's a great way to waste your day. I can think about so many times where I had wonderful days, wonderful experiences, amazing opportunities, but I spent the whole time worrying about what I was going to do wrong or what could go wrong, to the point where I didn't enjoy myself. It's an amazing opportunity you have here. Like, for example, starting at this new job I got. I spent the first month before my job and the first week of training just on edge, wanting to take in every piece of information, wanting to prepare for every scenario, because I didn't want to seem like I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't want to seem incompetent. But I'm completely new to this field of work. Even if I did study every piece, kept myself up at night, taken every word they're saying, I'm still not going to know everything all in one go. And this experience has really helped me undo a lot of that, even though I still get very, like, I just give myself, like, the jitters constantly. In my job, there are different tasks you can do, you know, how jobs work. I was given a new task. God, did I spend hours worrying about all the things I could do wrong. I got the hang of it in 3 hours, but I spent the night before, the morning of, and all the time during worrying my ass off about possibly making a mistake. Guess what? I worried about making mistakes, and I fucking did. Guess what? I didn't get fired. Nobody thinks I'm worthless. I always worry that people are gonna see me for who I really am. A fuck up. But the reality is, messing up doesn't make you a fuck up. Messing up makes you human. And being willing to learn from your mistakes is a very admirable trait. I've been having so much fun at work, figuring out how everything works at work, and you know, I got complimented on the fact that I'm willing to learn, and like, that is just made me feel good about myself, because it's true, like, you don't have to know everything already to be valuable. In fact, being willing to learn makes you valuable, and being willing to make mistakes. In my personal life, again, I feel like I'm starting from ground zero. You know, I never felt like I was somebody who had a lot of friends, especially not when I was younger. Then when I got to high school, I got my first little gaggle of girlfriends, and I was so excited. I was so fucking excited, dude, you don't even know. And being in university now, like, I still cling to those friendships. I'm still pretty nostalgic for those good days. We were all just fresh-faced and bright-eyed, and our friendship was the most valuable thing that all of us were in university. And people change, their lives change, their circumstances change, and that means that the friendship changes as well. And recently I've had a lot of people fall by the wayside. Just, we either don't really talk anymore, or stuff went up in flames, and just realizing that everything is temporary, no matter how much you love it. And that even though I'm losing these people now, doesn't mean I'll be alone forever. I think I also clung to them because, again, my first group of friends, it's the first time I felt like I had people around me that truly supported me and liked me for who I am. And so going through this has been really tough. And every day I wonder if I've made mistakes, if it was all me. And I'm starting to realize that even if it was all my fault, even if it was all me, I know for a fact that I'm willing to look at my past, at my actions, at my role in the friendship, and I'm willing to learn from my mistakes and willing to learn from the things that didn't work in order to not perpetuate those unhealthy dynamics in future connections and future relationships. And that's all you can really do, because the past is done. You cannot undo what's been done. And that applies to family relationships and romantic ones as well. And in my career as well, because I want to start this. And I kept thinking, like, why would I do it if I don't know if I'm going to be successful? That's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing. But it's not how things work. You cannot become successful unless you're willing to try. So, and success is a feeling. It's not a number, it's not a result, it's not a amount of money, it's not hours worked, It's how you feel about the work done. Do you feel successful? I feel successful even filming this because I've been trying to talk myself out of it since March, April, May, June, 3 months. 3 months ago I got inspired to film a YouTube video for the first time in my life, and I've been trying to talk myself out of it ever since, because I was like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to put yourself out there? Why would you want people to see you for who you really are? That sounds scary. Sounds fucking scary. I didn't want to feel vulnerable, and so I tried to talk myself out of it. But the feeling never went away, and I did want to. I was just scared. So, here I am. So, all in all, the concept of being confidently lost, it's not about confidence even. And yes, this was inspired by that Sabrina Claudio song, Fallen Angel. She sounds amazing. I could listen to her until my ears fall off. So good. Listen to that song. You probably have, but listen to it anyway. So good. The concept of being confidently lost, you don't even need to be confident. All you need is to realize that you don't need to know all the answers, you don't need to have all the answers, and you don't need to be prepared for every outcome. All you need to do is show up for yourself. All you need to do is try, even if you're a little scared, even if you're super happy, like it doesn't matter. Just show up and allow things to happen. Don't overly anticipate every move that will be made, because I always like preemptively try and accommodate for people. I'm always worried about what people will want or expect from me. I'm always worried about what they'll think of me, so I try to get ahead of it. But that's just a coping mechanism, and I don't need to do that. Nice as it is, when somebody can anticipate all your needs before you even need them, that's not really humanly possible, and it's a little much to expect from a random person. It's a little much to expect from the world, and you don't need to. It's just not necessary. Even if you think it'll help, if you can predict every outcome, reality is we can't. We can do our best to prepare for the worst possible scenario and then let it be, because that's all you can do. And thinking about it more and dwelling on it more, all that does is affect you. It doesn't change what's actually going to happen, what actually is happening now, or what could be. All it does is burden you. Being confidently lost is a promise to myself, because I don't feel confident very often, but I do know that I deserve to show up for myself. I do know that I deserve to give myself a chance. I do know I deserve to make mistakes like everybody else around me, because when somebody else makes a mistake, I go, oh yeah, you're human, it's okay. But when I make a mistake, I don't even know what I think. I just think I'm so worthless if I do that. I think I'm so like an outcast if I ever show weakness. But we're all just human. And it's so good to be human. Isn't it weird that we're like aliens? Anyway, it's such a convoluted idea even, and a little bit arbitrary. It's not really a solid concept. It's just a concept, an idea. But I've been enjoying thinking about it and enjoying applying it in my life. So I got a little bit interrupted in the outro, but I just wanted to say thanks for watching. Thanks for spending this time with me. I truly appreciate it. I hope you're well.